It looks like Washington wants a pretty clear plan of how Ukraine's going to make some breakthroughs. You'll recall that about a year ago, as we were heading towards the spring, there were high expectations that Ukraine would break through some of those entrenched Russian lines and retake even more territory. That really didn't happen. Heading towards the third year of this war, Washington wants to see some progress. There's also a lot of concerns in the White House that President Zelenskyy and his top army advisor don't see eye to eye on strategy, and that perhaps that disagreement is delaying some progress on putting together this plan. Of course, political support has been starting to wane, particularly in the Republican side in Washington. That's also factoring into President Biden's calculus as he heads into the 2024 election. So a lot of different pieces there, but the broad concern is that the U.S. would like to see Ukraine with a clear battle plan that can show some progress in the coming months.
And what impact will the White House support then for legislation allowing it to seize and use frozen Russian assets? What will it have?
Well, it's hard to know right now. The White House has signaled that it's willing to support legislation making its way through Congress that would allow it to seize up to $300 billion in Russian assets held abroad. The big challenge is that most of those assets are not held in the United States. About $200 billion are held over in Europe. And European support for seizing those assets is not as high as it is in the U.S. I think one thing the White House is trying to do here is find ways to get political support to get its Ukraine aid package passed. This may be a way to win over Republicans who are wary of continuing to spend U.S. taxpayer money on Ukraine.